Hey guys, what's up? Bevan here. I want to come clean with you guys about continual breath awareness real quick. So, I did a quick little poll. It turns out not a huge amount of people have been doing continual breath awareness who follow this channel. And it seems like one area that might be tripping people up is this idea that continual breath awareness is something that you do all the time, like that you should be doing for months and years on end, like basically making it your permanent practice, basically a permanent meditation practice, which is kind of cool. And I actually used to view it like that myself a lot. Like I would view basically the ideal as being in the state of continual breath awareness all the time. But honestly, I don't know if that's possible. Like I don't do that. The longest I've actually been in the state of continual breath awareness as I'm doing other things, as I'm living a normal life, is about 6 weeks. And it was kind of petering out towards the end there, but about 6 weeks is a good estimate. I go in and out of it. It's not something that I've been able to sustain all the time. And I don't know that anyone else has either. So I would not view continual breath awareness as I wouldn't view it as failing if you cannot sustain it indefinitely, because it's an extremely hard thing, at least for me, to sustain, for very long periods of time. A few weeks for sure. Just getting into it is the hard part. Sustaining it, you know, you can definitely sustain it for longer periods of time, but whether you can do it indefinitely is kind of up in the air. I don't know. So, if you're trying this out and you're frustrated with not being able to do it literally all the time, if you can even get into it, then that's a pretty good start. And I would suggest that you view it more like fasting, or more like a meditation retreat, when you're not actually on a retreat, just like in your everyday life. I think that's a more realistic way to view it, so you won't really be disappointed, and just to recalibrate your criteria for success with this practice. So, yeah, I haven't been doing continual breath awareness recently. When you're not into it, and I'm going to be doing more videos on this, it's really hard to convince yourself to get back into it because your mind won't really give you access to the feeling of being in that state, so you won't really remember it. And your mind just tries to basically perpetuate whatever state it's currently in. So, when you're not into it, it's that much harder to get back into it. But, this is something I've gone in and out of. I do want to be more explicit with planning certain times when I'm in it, and maybe that would help you as well. So, yeah, the longer you're not in it though, definitely the more difficult it is to get back into it. So, if you're on a break, don't stay off of it for too long if you want to kind of play with it. I just read this book called Stealing Fire. I forget the author's names, but it's about altered states and kind of the value of altered states. And they also suggest basically altering your state deliberately to kind of depattern yourself on a regular basis. And they talk about different ways you can do that. Meditation, like adventure sports. They talk about drugs, various other things. They sort of suggest making a calendar and doing these things on a regular basis just to kind of get some perspective and step back from your regular life. And for me, continual breath awareness is definitely one of those things that's valuable to do on a regular basis. Not necessarily all the time, but definitely making it part of your regular life is a great thing to do, just like you would with meditation. But with continual breath awareness, it might be more like a yearly, 1 month per year, like a sort of a yearly cleansing or something like that. Or if you like to do a Vipassana retreat, it could be you could tack it on to the end of a Vipassana retreat for a few weeks after that. So anyway, just wanted to be more explicit about, how continual breath awareness actually is, and maybe just recalibrate your expectations for when you're doing this practice. That said, if you have been able to do it literally continuously, that's awesome. That's cool. And let me know. That could be really interesting. I've heard from people who've done it and who've had amazing results from it, but no one's been, honestly, I haven't done the best job of keeping in touch with people who've done it, so I'm going to reach out to a few of you again. But if you have if you do have experience with this practice, definitely let me know, because there's no real sort of central knowledge base about this practice. I guess I should really make that, like make a forum or something. But it would be really useful for me in making these videos to kind of know what people are doing, and know what people are struggling with, and so forth. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for this video. Going to go for a little hike, and maybe post this video. Anyway, hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you later.